What is up, everyone? I'm the AC3, bringing you some multiplayer from Assassin's Creed 3, and today I'm also going to share my thoughts on Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. But before we get to that, I just want to warn you guys that there is going to be some spoilers at the beginning where I'm just going to talk about the ending of Assassin's Creed 3. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers or know the ending of Assassin's Creed 3, then you might as well back out right now. I'll give you 5 seconds to do so, starting right now.
First blood.
Okay, so for those of you that decided to stay, thank you so much. Give yourselves a round of applause, but enough of that, so we'll just go ahead and talk a little bit about what happened at the end of Assassin's Creed 3. So what we saw was that Desmond decided to save the world rather than let it get destroyed, because the catch was that if he saves the world, he'll end up releasing Juno from her prison in the temple. But if he ended up not saving the world, he would basically prevent Juno from taking it over, which she still intended to do even though he just released her. It was kind of like it was literally a life or death situation he was in, but the result in the end was that he pretty much just let Juno go free in order to save the world, and it was basically the ultimate sacrifice at the same time, where he decided to sacrifice himself because that's how it would activate the force field around the entire planet so it wouldn't be destroyed by the solar flare. But what people are also stating is that what Subject 16 did to him in Assassin's Creed Revelations, where he might have did something to him like protect him from not being killed, and all Desmond is now is just imprisoned within the temple itself, but his body is just like how he was when he was in a coma. So it's like saying that Desmond's in another coma, but this time he's separated from his body, like Subject 16. And what most of the people don't know is that after William, Sean, Rebecca ended up running away with the Apple of Eden, leaving Desmond behind, Desmond's body was found by you-know-who, and they took his body back to continue their research and search for more pieces of Eden. And this also explains the epilogue of Assassin's Creed 3, when Connor went to Boston, and then all of a sudden you get a mysterious guy telling you to look for stuff within the Animus. And the result is that they connected to the cloud of the Animus within Desmond's DNA. So it's kind of like that they now have access to any ancestor with any memory through the cloud of the Animus, and they don't really need Desmond's functioning body, just his DNA itself, but they're probably still going to hold on to his body for whatever the case may be. But the real question is, who is it that we are going to be playing as? Because what they're saying is that we're going to be playing as a type of some newly hired employee of Abstergo, and his or her job is to view the memories of Edward Kenway to find out what he witnessed during the golden age of piracy. Now, my thoughts on that: there is like about 4 possibilities that of who we could playing as. One would basically be a 50% chance that we're playing as an undercover assassin, someone that's probably being introduced to the series, a new person, or maybe even somebody that's been in previous Assassin's Creed spin-offs like the comics and all that. But there's a good chance we might be playing as an assassin undercover. Another chance is that we're playing as the Templar agent from Assassin's Creed Revelations multiplayer, where we're continuing the Templar agent's perspective or whatever, to find out what they can do to advance in the war against the assassins. And this also brings us to the third part, where we might also be playing as Eurdito. The Eurdito is basically the guy from the Assassin's Creed 3 multiplayer videos. And by the way, if you wanted to know what Eurdito is a little more about with Abstergo, you can just click the link in the description that I'll leave, and it's going to take you to a playlist of the multiplayer videos that I've uploaded. You've probably seen them, you probably not have, depending if you've subscribed to my channel or not. But just go ahead and take a look at that whenever you want to know a little more about Eurdito. But basically, Eurdito is just a guy a guy or a group trying to expose Abstergo for being a Templar conspiracy and all that, and trying to manipulate everyone in the whole world. But this is also a good chance and a good possibility that we could be playing as Eurdito or an agent from Eurdito. And the fourth and final one is also a really good possibility, and we could be playing as a female. and not just any female. We'd be playing as Eve. Now, what I kind of realized about this is that the whole series revolves around Adam and Eve, because based on Subject 16's The Truth, that Adam and Eve basically kind of witnessed somewhere the start of the war between first civilization and the human race and all that. And Desmond appears to be like almost like a reincarnation, or just yeah, kind of like a reincarnation of Adam. And in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Subject 16 told Desmond to find Eve because they need her DNA. So what if Eve is the one that's undercover with Abstergo and is the one viewing Edward Kenway's memories? Like, what if they're trying to get a lead on figuring out a female member of the Assassin's Creed and all that? There's a really good possibility. And speaking of which, this some people might not even know, but this is kind of my opinion, that I think that it's called Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag and not Assassin's Creed 4 by itself, because it serves as a prequel to Assassin's Creed 4. So this is kind of like, I guess, the epilogue or the conclusion to Assassin's Creed 3 and the prequel to Assassin's Creed 4. And my guess is that in Assassin's Creed 4 we might finally see a female assassin, because that really does seem like a good possibility. There's always been rumors and stuff going around that, hey, we're gonna get a female assassin, we can't wait for that. Yeah, and Ubisoft is already spreading stuff around that stuff, and fan art, rumors, stuff in IGN, and etc, etc. We're always seeing stuff like that. But I'm just really thrilled to know that Ubisoft is pretty much going to continue this series, but the only thing that's kind of getting really crazy is how suspenseful they're making it. Like, they always ended in cliffhangers, and the only thing we're a little worried about is trying to figure out if Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag is going to end in yet another cliffhanger, which is like a 90% possibility, or if it's just going to end where we're going to be like, oh, okay, so we know what to expect. But enough about the stuff with the story-wise, because we don't really know much about it. They haven't really showed anything in terms of the present day. They've only just talked about it, and all we have to do is just wait until we get to that point of talking about the present, or until the game itself comes out. But right now I'll just talk about my stuff of what I think on the gameplay itself. Now, the gameplay really does look like Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed 2 put together. It's kind of like you're doing stuff like you did in Assassin's Creed 2 with Ezio, and ironically, Edward is kind of like Ezio. He might even be the next generation of Ezio. But aside from that, in terms of open world and all that, it really looks like that they've taken a really big step in the whole series, especially with the thing of next generation consoles coming out and all that. But what it looks like is that you don't really have to worry about just going to a dock and just waiting to get on your ship and just go into a naval battle that could last for probably about 10 minutes, depending on how long you want it to last or whatever. But the other thing is that it looks like you can just get on your ship and just go straight out to sea anywhere you want in the entire Caribbean. And from the map that they showed, like the open world map, it looks like you can pretty much go anywhere. Like, you can go all over Cuba, maybe. I'm thinking you might, unless they decide to have limits like they always do. And they mentioned you could probably go like to the coast of Florida. You might or might not, but they've already stated what cities there are, like Havana and all that. But from what I've seen, it looks like we can do more than that. We can just go anywhere in the sea, anywhere on land. The only thing we just need to wonder is whether they get a limit on it. But with the combat system and everything, they seem to revamp a lot. It looks really good. It looks like you can do a lot more than you could in the past Assassin's Creed games. So as you can see, the game's pretty much about to come to an end. I managed to come in first place with a really good score. And other than that, I just wanted to say that I might not be able to get the game on the day it comes out, which is October 29th. I think that's when it comes out. But I won't be able to get it on release, mostly due to financial reasons and all that. But other games I did pre-order was Call of Duty Ghost and Watch Dogs, which I will be showing videos of on the days those come out. And for as far as Assassin's Creed goes, I might be showing videos of it probably after Christmas, because I might be getting the game beforehand or so, depending on what comes first. But other than that, I just want to know what you guys thought of the game for yourself. If you kind of agree with my thoughts or disagree, just go ahead and leave some comments down below, and that way we could all just know what you have to say about it, and that way you can see if it's going to be the best one of this year or if it's going to be the best Assassin's Creed game out of all the other ones. But that's all I gotta say for my thoughts on the whole thing. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for your time. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.